There is a guy called the Hardest Geezer who's running the length of Africa right now, all the way from South Africa to, I think, the tip of Tunisia. And that is absolutely mental. I have nothing but respect for people that can pull off 40, 50 plus km days every single day. It's absolutely mental. Anyway, if you haven't checked out the series, tap on the little thingy up here somewhere and you should be able to check it out. It's super interesting. Yet today we are playing on a much smaller scale, trying to run every single street in the town of Carrick on Shannon, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do it. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, you're not completely feeling it, but you have to persevere. You have to just see if it's possible. Just get out there, just start moving, and hopefully things come into place. So it's about, I don't know, it's 20 plus kilometers. I have no idea how much it's going to actually be on in the end, because the route in Strava itself is super weird. I can't really tell where I'm supposed to go half the time because of the arrows, and the streets, they are so close together. So we'll see in practice if this works out or not, but let's get going. All right, this is the starting point at the free small library, and I left a few books here yesterday and most of them are gone already, so that makes me happy when people read. And that little library just where you can exchange books, so cool. Anyway, it is time to start our run. Let's do this. We're 12k down. I don't know what point is the halfway point yet. I'm calling it this. It's probably going to be a few more kilometers. Look at that bird over there. Anyway, yeah, still going strong. A bit slower than I anticipated, but I think it's just some of the hills. It's absolutely mental up here. However, I think we're going to be approaching a downward section very soon, so that's going to be super fun. Anyway, let's keep going. 21k down. We're on our last bit of map. As you can see up here, my GoPro ran out of battery, 2 batteries drained, and my phone is down to 10%. So I'm going to try to take just small videos of sections of the last bit, and then I'll catch up at the end. All right, let's do this. Yes, yes, yes. 25k. Ah, that was nice. That felt good, except for the hills. Wow, those hills absolutely destroyed me. But I'm happy to have finished this little challenge already, and yeah, we'll see what the future brings. I think much more interesting challenges, hopefully much longer ones as well. But it was good to get this one out of the way.
Oh no, I've been made aware that my work here isn't complete yet. The map is bigger than I thought. This is what I ran, and this is what I should have run. I really can't leave this unfinished because it is my last week in the country. So even though doing it in 1 week is no longer possible, I think what we're going to do is split it in a total of 4 runs. So that Sunday run, a Tuesday one, a Thursday one, and then a final Sunday one to finish the whole thing. So it's going to be a bit of a longer episode, obviously, but we have to do this. We have to accomplish this, because once we set out to do one thing, just this mission, we can't fall back. We can't let it slip, and I'm never gonna come back here probably. So yeah, let's finish this thing.
So we're on the road again, fixing our mistakes from last time, and what a costly mistake it is gonna be. Today we're gonna do the east, which should be about 8 kilometers, and then Thursday we're gonna do the north, which should be about 11 or 12, and I think next Sunday it's a 16k. I don't think we'll do a film of the whole thing. I'm just gonna try to capture some of the streets, especially where we made mistakes, and try to stitch it together so it's a bit less boring overall, just seeing a montage of the whole thing. Anyway, let's do this! That is us done for today. 2 to go, should be doable. All right, this is gonna be day 2 of fixing my mistakes. We're gonna go to the north side today and try to finish all of those roads that we missed. And as last time, I'm not gonna be taking videos of every single street. We'll just try to record some of the ones that we missed, and some along the way as well. So let's do this. That was absolutely mental. Probably the best run I've had this year. I'm just glad it's done. And now we have one left to go. It is the final day and it is a gorgeous one, and today we're doing the southeast side of Carrick, Shannon, Rosebank area and whatnot, and yeah, hopefully we can just knock this out in one go, finish this whole thing. I think about 16k, so let's do this. And that does it. 15k to finish this last one, and we're finally done with this whole adventure of running every street in this this town. I had to pay for my mistakes. I think this would have been much smaller if I had just done it right in the first place. We had to rerun quite a few of the streets, obviously, to get back to the old locations to fix stuff. But yeah, it was still super fun, super worth it. And I think it's time to check out the map to see what we did, to see what we accomplished.
All right, I guess it is time for us to do a bit of a line review just to see how well we did on this whole thing. And this is the map. You can see the border of the whole area of Carrick on Shannon, and the blue line is where we ran. And let's just have a quick look at this to see, in general, like the whole progression through the whole town. So if we enable this layer, we can actually see a few notes that I took here, and a few of these places were actually areas where I couldn't go in, so private locations, especially on this road. You'll notice on Google Maps it marks them as accessible, and I couldn't enter any of these streets. All of these are kind of like parking areas. The same goes for this location over here. All of this was parking areas, so even though it marks them as a street over here, it's literally just parking spots inside of this courtyard behind this area. Basically, actual streets, I think we did almost all of them except for that weird one. So if we actually look at some of the markers, it will give you an idea. All of these that I painted in this dark brown, all of these were private areas, so including this one over here, which I didn't mark. But all of these, they were actually blocked off with gates. Same over here, but anywhere I could go in that made sense, and every public street I definitely tried to cover. This one, this is the only one I'm not 100% sure about. I wrote it down as a mistake here. So this is the only one that I have a real doubt about if I actually just didn't add it to the route or if the GPS failed. This was on the day where I had really bad GPS, and you can see how squiggly these lines are, where everything was kind of weird. On most other days, you see even the first date over here, it's relatively on point, right? This is absolutely mental, and it's not because I was going slow or anything. It's because literally the GPS was just all over the place that day. It's like I don't know, it had a health issue or something. Absolutely mental. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that maybe I just completely missed it, and this would be the only big mistake that we did in this whole ESS thing. This was actually open on the day that I tried, but it was like a business down here. It looked like there was trucks and stuff going in. It's the wastewater treatment plant from the region. It looked a bit like worker only, so I'm like, yeah, this is gonna look very weird if I just randomly run in. So here I encountered a big dog, and I was like, nah, no way, man. It was looking at me real weird. But I think for all other streets I covered just about to the end. I feel like with these challenges you really have to try to accomplish at least 95% of a road to call it every single street, because if not, then it's kind of weird. Maybe there's some rules out there that I'm not aware of percentage of completion of every single road, right? Because one thing is running every road, and another thing is how much of that road did you actually run. And I tried to run all of the road when possible, except for very weird scenarios where in this one I just ran up against, I think it was a Dalmatian, and I'm like, it was literally in the middle of the road just looking at me, and I'm like, okay, no. This is not actually a road. This is an entire parking lot. I'm not going to run around every single aisle of the parking lot. All of this was just parking lots, and I tried to run as many parking lots as possible, but then this superstore, there's just so much activity, so many cars, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of risking getting hit if I'm just running up and down all of these. It was a school entrance over here where I could have just hopped in, and then I was like, yeah, it kind of might look weird in the middle of a school day if someone just turns up. I actually took a bit of that risk in the hospital over here, and there was a person outside I think the entrance over here, and then I'm just like, you know what, just take off your camera, just carry on running and make it look like you have no idea where you are and you're just going for a long run, and then you just got in there somehow, right? Anyway, I am rambling on for way too long. I think even though we kind of missed that little street over here, I'm calling it an overall success. I could maybe, if I go back there someday, just try to run this little tiny section. There's such a small street over here, but what am I gonna do about it? Anyway, I think we have to move to more interesting, more bigger maybe challenges coming soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video overall. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I think this is a private driveway though. Come back down. Oh. Oh. Wow. This is the way. Oh, this is not the way. Beware of the ball. It's scary. An asteroid has fallen from the skies straight into this garden. Mental. Check this out. It's mental. Wow. What are those? Hey.
Chases me down the street or whatnot, just going